anyway.
Now, do keep getting in touch, though. It's lovely to hear from you this morning. A new study, has shown that more than 9,000 heart disease-related deaths could be prevented if all restaurants put calories on their menus.
Now, currently, 25% of people in England are said to be obese, with scientists expecting the trend to worsen over time.
Well, according to The Lancet, if all food outlets across the country cooperated with putting calories on their menus, it could reduce the number of people who live with the disease.
Joining us to discuss this is mental health ambassador Samantha Crilly, who says calories should not be on menus, and the former presenter of Fat Families, Steve Miller, who disagrees. Great to see you both. Thanks for joining us on Breakfast. So let's start with you, Samantha. You're very clear these calories should not be put on menus. Why do you say that?
I mean, I'm a part-time personal trainer, so I do understand it from both aspects. I train people who want to lose weight, but also I specialise in people with eating disorders. So it feels like they've tried to tackle one issue but really disregarded the other. So people that are suffering from anorexia, orthorexia, their whole life is trying to get away from calories in recovery. And a big part of them in recovery is going out for dinner and not looking at the calories. So having it kind of shoved in their face is really difficult for them. So, I mean, an option could be to have one with calories and one without calories.
So you choose which menu you want?
Yeah, possibly. But I do think for people with eating disorders, which is rising, it's the worst thing they could have done for them in their recovery. And even just focusing on calories in general for younger kids, I think it's making them obsessed at a very early age, rather than looking at food for just being real food. So, yeah, that's my view on that.
Steve, what do you make of this? Do you think it could be triggering for people with eating disorders and also triggering for younger children? That's what Samantha thinks.
Well, I talk to a lot of people with eating disorders and they get very angry when we talk about things like this because they say, this is very superficial. An eating disorder is often triggered by the socialization process and genetics. So I think we need to park that one. We're talking about putting in very small characters on a menu how many calories are in a certain dish to help people along the way so that they can manage their weight, which I think is very constructive. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, in the UK, we are gargantuan gannets, I'm afraid, and we do need to stop, look and listen just a little bit more. And I think on a menu, just having the calories there just to give us guidance, I think we're being drama queens, quite frankly, if we think it's going to create loads of people to have an eating disorder. The other thing I would say is arguably, actually, obesity is an eating disorder. And with 25% of the population now very, very fat, maybe we need these sorts of measures. We need to be more in people's face about it and get them to stop, look and listen. Now, very final point before I hand back to you, if I can. The University of Liverpool have also said here that if we don't have any calorie guidance, by the year 2041, it could result in 830,000 deaths. Now, how they get that estimation, I don't know. But that is very, very concerning. So I think we've got to just calm down a little bit about it and actually not patronise people with eating disorders. Yes, support them, but let's not patronise them because actually it's a much deeper issue than calories on a menu.
Yeah, but you could also say calm down about it and not put calories all over the menus. I mean, for some people, you know, they want to eat guilt-free, Samantha. And
Yeah.
I get the point.
Yeah.
If you were going, say, to a restaurant 5 nights a week to eat, then I can see it would be a problem.
That's
but for a lot of
exactly it.
people,
Yeah.
going out, it's a treat to
Yes.
go out for dinner. So
Yeah.
they want to be able to go out to relax and not feel all this anxiety because it's like, oh, my goodness, I can't have those fish and chips because it's 1,200 calories.
Exactly. And if you are suffering from obesity, I think you need to start from home. You need to cook from home. You need to cook fresh. You're not going to be eating out 5 nights a week. You're going to be cooking at home. And when you do eat out, it will be a treat. It will be a guilt-free treat. So I just don't think having calories on menus is going to solve it. It's a lot deeper issue. And
Steve, isn't it about learning more about nutrition rather than flipping calories? Because there are good calories. Higher calories doesn't actually necessarily mean it's bad.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's typical of three slender sensations this morning, I'm afraid. I mean, it's all right for you three, looking fabulous like you do. But you've got to remember there are a lot of people, and a lot of people who will be watching this programme thinking to themselves, I just want some guidance, and I want practical guidance. I want to know if I'm having, I don't know, fish and chips or gammon and pineapple and chips, how many calories are in it. We're talking about a tiny little mention of how many calories. And I do think we are really overblowing this one. I really do. It's just a tool in the box to help people. No, it's not going to solve the obesity problem. Of course it's not. But it is one thing to help people along the way. And we've got to be more honest about it.